Welcome back, Palians. Today, I'm showing you my newest build project in Palia. I wanted to go bigger, and we definitely did. The last video of my Shire did much better than I expected, and I left off saying, the next plot I want to work on is a Millennium Falcon, so don't miss out. Before reaching the 3,000 item limit, I was able to build the Mos Eisley Spaceport housing the Millennium Falcon inside with some interior decoration and special features. In this video, I want to show you the process how I went about building the Millennium Falcon, and not only to show off my hard work, but also to inspire other people to create bigger and badder things in Palia. This community is incredibly creative, and I cannot wait to see what we can achieve and where our ideas will take us. I didn't just want the Millennium Falcon to be sitting on an empty plot, so I thought to myself how I can make it better. I had flashbacks playing Star Wars Battlefront on a LAN connection with my friends and choosing the battle mode on Mos Eisley over and over again. And I knew where I wanted to set the scene. I began building the structure with really just a giant circle or like a coliseum. I planned out the math that the Millennium Falcon was 115 feet by 85 feet by 30 feet, and we pretended that a single large building block was 5 feet. That would make the ideal height of the spaceport 6 large building blocks tall. So that's what it did. We also made sure that it was at least 25 blocks across to make sure the Falcon would fit inside. The Mos Eisley Spaceport is a giant Coliseum type structure that has been famously seen in many of the movies, so I decided I would like to park the Millennium Falcon right there in the center of it. I was happy with the result of the port. It looked massive and important. It was a good start. The next step was to build the Millennium Falcon itself. My brain was cruising because I had an idea of how it should be possible before even starting. I thought, well, if I make the entrance ramp like you see in the movies off to the side, then you could probably use that ramp as the entire base of the Millennium Falcon. So I got to work, using the shelving glitch to glitch some floors onto a barrel and rotated them into the ground. Since I used a barrel, I placed it on the spaceport and disguised it as supplies being brought on or off the Millennium Falcon. With the ramp done, the structure began to take shape. I added a few final details like the pillars to hold the flooring up on the top, and we were starting to cruise. At this point, I had a lot of confidence that this project was going to be fun. I knew that I had to have circular shape as the base, and I obviously knew that the 2 points in the front and the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon were must-haves, or else it just wasn't the Millennium Falcon. So I started shaping the bottom structure using iron ramps. I put the iron ramps together into an angle to kind of buff out the circular shape of the floor, and using iron floors I attached them to the ramps midway to add a seamless step into the middle of the Falcon. In my plan, I had 4 main features in mind that set the Millennium Falcon apart from other ships in the Star Wars universe: the shape, the cockpit, the thrusters, and the turret. With getting the shape out of the way, I want to make sure I had room for the cockpit, thrusters, and turret on top. For the cockpit, I built a separate runway off the side of the pointed end of the Falcon. I then used a glitch to make the block art that ran for 6 or 7 small iron crates long, and used this to make it feel circular inside. The outside was a bit of a different story, and I couldn't quite figure out how to make it a narrowing circular tube like in the pictures, so we did settle a bit here, and I'd be open to any ideas if you want to leave them in the comments below. For the thrusters, I used Moonstruck lamps placed on Paltech double shelves and rotated them to look like they were blue boosters on the back of the Millennium Falcon. Pretty simple, but it did do the trick, and I really liked it. For the turret, I attached 2 iron pillars to a block and rotated it using an industrial wall shelf, and placed it into a circle I built out of iron crates and then covered it up with floors to have a fully standable turret room. For my last little bit of fun, I started to decorate the interior of the Millennium Falcon. I was running out of space though. I didn't have much of an item limit to work with. I did build an arc and placed it inside to give it a little bit more structure on the interior, and I thought that this looked really cool. I also couldn't forget about the famous hologram chessboard that Chewbacca and R2-D2 play at.
It's not wise to upset a Wookiee.
But sir, nobody worries about upsetting a droid.
It's because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose.
This was actually kind of tough to make a circular floor that looked like a restaurant booth is what I was going for. Here I was making rocket booster coolers and adding some pipes to just give us some realism on the inside on the other side of the boosters. And the second arc you're seeing on the ground is a circular pod bed like you actually see in the Millennium Falcon. And I did this so I could add a bed and a little nice cozy spot. I even tried to create my own little droid guys to take care of the place while I'm offline. And if you've watched the video so far and feel inspired, I actually challenge you to see what you can build for a robotic droid in Palia. If you do decide to build one, join my Discord and show it off in the creation section, and I'll probably ask to borrow your design. At the end, I was scrambling to pick up items around the place so that I can move them around and add things to different places. I added this sweet little hidden treasure spot in the back just to add a little vault of glory for the bounty hunters that work in the Millennium Falcon, and I felt like this was pretty good. I had so much fun building this plot, not only because I love Star Wars, but also because it was kind of a challenge to create a circular shaped ship along with a circular Coliseum structure. It was really fun to do, and it's really fun to look at now. So here's a final walkthrough of the Millennium Falcon plot, which you can tour at Rookster I, that's a capital I. While we walk through this, I want to say thank you so much for the love on the last plot build video. It was my best video yet, and I only hope to create even more and fun inspiring builds. If you haven't yet, please like this video and consider subscribing to this channel. It is my main channel for everything that I love, and I'm building a community of caring, creative, variety gamers that have been seriously obsessed with Palia, that just like to have fun and learn how to be better at whatever they are doing. We would love to have you, and if you want, please join us live and check out the vibes at twitch.tv/Wookrook. I think that's enough of my yapping. Let me let you walk through this, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much again for getting here in the video. I appreciate you. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!